The battle that changed history, the fall of Constantinople, 1453. Imagine waking up to the sound of the largest cannons the world had ever seen. A city that had stood unconquered for over 1,100 years was about to face its greatest nightmare. Its walls had defeated kings, empires, and countless armies. But in 1453, a 21-year-old sultan was determined to achieve what no one else could. What followed wasn't just another battle, it was the day an empire died and the modern world began. This is the incredible story of the fall of Constantinople. For more than 1,000 years, Constantinople was one of the richest and most powerful cities in the world. Standing between Europe and Asia, it controlled the most valuable trade routes of its time. Merchants from across the world filled its markets with silk, spices, gold, and precious goods. Its magnificent churches and towering walls made it the jewel of the Byzantine Empire. The city's greatest defense was the legendary Theodosian walls, enormous stone fortifications that had protected Constantinople for centuries. They had defeated Persians, Arabs, Bulgarians, Russians, and countless other invaders. People believed the city was impossible to conquer. But far to the east, a young Ottoman ruler named Sultan Mehmed II had a dream that many believed was impossible. At just 21 years old, he wanted to capture Constantinople and make it the capital of his growing empire. Many doubted him because previous Ottoman rulers had tried and failed. Mehmed, however, was determined to succeed where everyone else had failed. In April 1453, Mehmed marched toward Constantinople with nearly 80,000 soldiers, elite Janissary warriors, engineers, and a powerful navy. But his greatest weapon wasn't his army, it was his massive cannons. One giant bombard, built by the engineer Urban, was unlike anything the world had ever seen. The cannon was so enormous that it required hundreds of men and dozens of oxen just to transport it. Every time it fired, the ground shook like an earthquake, and giant stone cannonballs crashed into the city's walls. Inside Constantinople, Emperor Constantine XI prepared for what he knew would be the greatest battle of his life. He had only around 7,000 defenders, including Byzantine soldiers and brave volunteers from across Europe. They were heavily outnumbered, but they refused to surrender. Every day, the Ottoman cannons blasted the walls, creating huge cracks. Every night, the exhausted defenders rushed to repair the damage with stones, wood, and anything they could find before dawn. For 53 long days, the battle continued without mercy. Smoke filled the sky, arrows rained down, and explosions echoed across the city. Despite the relentless bombardment, Constantinople still refused to fall. Then Mehmed made one of the most brilliant military moves in history. The Byzantines had stretched a massive iron chain across the entrance to the Golden Horn, preventing enemy ships from entering the harbor. Rather than attacking the chain directly, Mehmed ordered something almost unimaginable. Under the cover of darkness, his soldiers laid greased wooden logs across the hills and dragged dozens of Ottoman warships over land. By sunrise, the Byzantine defenders looked toward the harbor in disbelief. Ottoman ships were already inside. The city was now surrounded from both land and sea. Knowing the end was near, Mehmed prepared for one final assault. Before sunrise on May 29, 1453, war drums echoed across the battlefield. Trumpets sounded, soldiers shouted, and thousands. The battle that changed history identified, making his final moments one of history's greatest mysteries. By midday, the battle was over. The Ottoman flag flew above Constantinople. After more than 1,100 years, the Byzantine Empire had finally come to an end. Sultan Mehmed II entered the city and declared it the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. In the centuries that followed, Constantinople gradually became known as Istanbul, one of the greatest cities in the world. The fall of Constantinople changed history forever. With the Ottomans controlling the major trade routes between Europe and Asia, European kingdoms began searching for new ways to reach the East. That search led directly to the age of exploration. Explorers sailed across unknown oceans, discovered new sea routes, and eventually reached lands that Europeans had never seen before. Many historians believe that the fall of Constantinople marked the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of the modern world. One battle, one city, one decision that changed history forever. If you enjoy stories about forgotten empires, legendary battles, and the events that shaped our world, be sure to subscribe to Fall of Empires for more incredible history documentaries. Until next time, remember, history isn't just the story of the past, it's the story of how our world was built.